Hey everyone, Tawana Michelle here, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Coach and Mental Health Therapist, and I'm here with another video. I'm going to tell you guys why splitting up with a narcissist is not a normal breakup. I'm going to give you 5 reasons. If you've been with a narcissist and you are not any longer, then you understand how difficult that process was to finally rid yourself of the narcissist and to go through that emotional turmoil that you likely experienced as a result of being with a narcissist and then going through a very painful breakup experience. If you are still with your narcissist, then perhaps you're watching this video because you want to know what to expect when you do go through that breakup and you finally decide that you want to build yourself back up and separate yourself from a toxic abusive relationship. So I'm gonna tell you from my experience and my understanding of what it is like to go through a breakup with a narcissist. I have been there, done that more than once, unfortunately, and also just from working with other people, mostly women. I work with mostly women, but I also work with men as well as far as coaching and therapy. And there are patterns. That's the thing about a narcissist. You will find that there are patterns of behavior. That's how you know you're dealing with one. For narcissistic personality disorder, there's a whole set of criteria, which is basically some behaviors that you're going to see repeatedly. And because of that, the victim of the narcissist experiences narcissistic abuse, and they also have a distinct set of characteristics and symptoms that they will experience as well. So, the first reason that the breakup with a narcissist does not feel like a normal breakup, which let me first say a normal breakup is painful. We all know that. It is normal to feel very sad and grieve when you break up with someone that you love. With a narcissist, it's even more difficult and more painful, and the grief is going to be a lot more complicated because what you are grieving is something that was not even real. So you feel an ultimate sense of betrayal in a sense, which really does complicate the grief because you are not only grieving the loss of the relationship, you are grieving what you thought you had, you are grieving who you thought that person was, you are grieving the potential of having had something good that turned out to be horrendous. So you're not only feeling sad and going through that grief process, but you are also feeling a sense of intense betrayal and confusion and cognitive dissonance. And it's almost as if you don't know what you're grieving. Am I grieving the narcissist I had in the beginning? Am I grieving the narcissist that I eventually saw who was hurtful and abusive to me? What am I grieving? So, with a split up from a narcissist, you are going to have a complicated grief process that is going to involve intense, painful feelings of deeply seated betrayal. The second reason a breakup with a narcissist is not a normal breakup is because you are actually addicted to them through the trauma bond. That positive intermittent reinforcement that you get from them, waiting on those breadcrumbs, doing anything to try and get back that part of the narcissist that you felt was loving and kind and caring, the part that love bombed you, the part that you fell in love with, that wasn't even real. So, in getting bits and pieces of that, we develop a sense of an addiction of sorts because when we get it, it feels so amazing. It feels so incredibly good that we just want more and more of that. And it starts to feel like these intense hits of dopamine, these intense feel good chemicals that we experience as a result of being with these people. So we become trauma bonded to them. And if you've ever been addicted to anything, you know how hard it is to break yourself away from that. People are no different. If you're addicted to a person, which is what a trauma bond happens to be, then you experience that same sense of withdrawal when you're not with them, that same type of psychological craving to be with that person. And you find it almost impossible to let go of them. And this is why the no contact period is so hard and why we give in. Besides the fact that the narcissist is a master manipulator, we also give in because we are trauma bonded to them. We are addicted to them. We want that little bit of something that we got from them because that little bit of something felt so much better than all of the painful stuff that we got from them. And so you have to get to a point where you recognize that you deserve more. The third reason the split up with the narcissist is so difficult and not like a normal breakup is that you feel like you have lost everything. Most importantly, yourself. You feel like you've lost all your self confidence if you've had any before, all your self worth if you had any before. You feel so disconnected from yourself, you don't even know where to start. You are lost, you are confused, you have no belief in your ability to bounce back. You may have even not only lost yourself, but maybe you've lost all of your support people. The narcissist likes to isolate you. So maybe you had close friends that were there before that you can't call on. Maybe they've isolated you from your family. Maybe you've lost tangible things. Maybe you've lost finances. Maybe you've lost material things. Maybe you've lost relationships with your kids. The narcissist comes to wreak havoc in your life, and you end up with multiple losses. And most importantly, the loss of yourself. And that's what you really want to work on getting back, because that's how you're going to heal. And that's how you're going to put your life back together. And that's how you're going to avoid being in future relationships with narcissists or people like narcissists. You want to get to a place where you love yourself so much, you know your worth so much, you have so much confidence in yourself that a narcissist won't even attempt to be with you. And if they did, you're going to see it immediately, be completely turned off and not even go there. The fourth reason the split up with a narcissist is not going to feel like a normal split up is because you are going to likely experience trauma symptoms. If you've been with a narcissist, you have experienced some form of abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, maybe even physical abuse, mental abuse, maybe spiritual abuse. But you are going to experience some type of abuse. And when we experience abuse, it is extremely traumatic. And so we're going to be left with trauma symptoms. We might be left with severe anxiety, panic attacks, extreme fear, sadness, crying spells, depression, low energy, low motivation, difficulty sleeping, nightmares about what happened, flashbacks about what happened, intrusive thoughts and memories that you can't get rid of, brain fog, social isolation, avoidance of people. That is one of the most painful and disturbing symptoms of narcissistic abuse, is that you lose your sense of safety in terms of people and relationships. You lose your sense of safety in general. Your perception of yourself has changed. You're left with low self-confidence, low self-worth, self-doubt. Your sense of safety in the world has changed, and especially interpersonally, you don't trust people. You don't feel safe with people. So even when you pulled away from your support system, you don't feel all that safe and all that good about reconnecting with them. You don't feel good about reconnecting with anyone. The narcissist has taught you that people are not safe. That is a generalization. People, mostly in general, people usually are safe. The narcissist is not safe. Toxic people are not safe. And that's why you want to recognize when you're dealing with someone like that, so you can see those red flags and take steps accordingly and remove yourself from those types of people. And the fifth reason the breakup with the narcissist is not a normal breakup is that these people will not let you go. After all the damage they cause, after all the painful things they do to you, after all the abuse, they will not want to let you go. If you are familiar with the narcissistic abuse cycle, then you know you have the idealization, which is the love bombing stage. You have the devaluation, which is the abusive stage. And you have the discard, when they are going to just throw you away like trash for new supply, backup supply that they've already had. But after that, you have the hoovering stage. And this is where they make desperate attempts to try and get you back, to try and reel you back in, to try and keep you hooked on them because they don't want to let you go. It's confusing, it's irritating, it's annoying. But this is when we got to be careful, because this is when we find ourselves going back repeatedly. They won't let you go. If you've had a breakup from a normal person, I say normal, okay? You know, normal is relative. Let's say a non-toxic person. Let's say a non-narcissist. These people usually, after the breakup, you know, you get some sense of closure, you grieve, and then you go your separate ways and you're good. That's not going to happen with the narcissist. So you have to be extra careful about the no contact. If you have kids with them or whatever, low contact, gray rocking them, because they are going to want to keep you as supply. It benefits them, not you. Everything the narcissist does is for their own gain, for their own benefit. It is all self-serving. So you have to remember that when they come back with all the lies and empty promises about how things are going to change, how much they love you, how much they miss you, how they can't live without you. Of course they miss you because you were a good supply. You fed their ego. You mirrored back to them what they believed about themselves and gave them that sense of superiority, grandiosity, which is undeserved. So those were the 5 things that I wanted to give you about what you may experience when you leave a relationship with a narcissist and how it's different from a so-called normal breakup. Let me know in the comment section down below what your experience has been. I know there are other things that are not on this list. I just listed the 5 that came to my mind. So yeah, share in the comment section down below and let us know. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You guys know that helps with the algorithm. And also, share this video out with others who you think may benefit. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, go and watch some of my other content. And if it resonates with you, if you find it helpful, subscribe to my channel. We'd love to have you be a part of this community. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.